welcome to the Soil Succession Series. These are short, practical videos focused on how soil actually works from a biological perspective. We'll cover topics like soil succession, root exudates, nutrient cycling, and how different practices impact the system. The goal is simple: to better understand the soil so we can make better decisions in the field. So today we're talking about manure. What happens after you spread it? When manure is applied to a field, what actually happens next? Does it just sit there and release nutrients, or is something else going on beneath the surface? Because once manure hits the soil, it becomes part of a much bigger system. Let's take a look. So with manure, are we feeding soil biology or are we creating problems? Manure has been used in agriculture for generations. It provides nutrients, organic matter, and biological inputs that can support soil health. However, how manure is used determines whether it benefits the system or it creates challenges. Manure contributes three key components to the soil: nutrients, such as nitrogen and phosphorus; organic matter that feeds soil organisms; microorganisms that can support biological activity. In a healthy system, these inputs can improve soil function over time. In soils with active biology and living roots, manure becomes food for the soil food web. Microorganisms break down organic matter, they cycle nutrients and release them in plant-available forms. This allows nutrients to be delivered in closer alignment with what the plants are asking for. Raw or heavily applied manure can create imbalances. High levels of ammonia or soluble nutrients, salt effects that can stress roots, rapid nutrient release that exceeds plant uptake, and potential nutrient losses through leaching or runoff. Without strong biological activity, manure can behave more like a short-term input than a long-term solution. Now, composted manure is more stable and biologically balanced. Nutrients are held in organic and microbial forms. Release is slower and more controlled, and supports long-term soil structure and biology. Raw manure releases nutrients more rapidly and requires careful management to avoid losses or plant stress. To get the most benefit from manure, we want to apply when living roots are present. Integrate with active soil biology. Avoid over-application and consider composting for greater stability. Manure is most effective when it is part of a biological system, not a substitute for one. The takeaway here: manure is a valuable tool, but it works best when it feeds a living soil system. Feed the biology, and the biology will feed the plant. So manure has real value in agriculture, but it's not just about applying nutrients. The goal is to build a system where biology can cycle those nutrients efficiently right in the root zone. When manure feeds that system, it works. When it doesn't, we can run into challenges. So for more information, check out my website, bydesignsoil.com. And in the next video, we're going to look at compost and how it's different from raw manure, and how it can help build a more stable, biologically active soil. So again, feed the biology, and the biology will feed the plant. See you next video.